for your free consultation. 800-325-1454.
KCAA.
The doctor is in. Welcome to the Psychic Love Doctor Show with host Deborah Lee. Deborah has been practicing, teaching, and perfecting the personal prophecy card reading method for 20 plus years. This life-affirming, highly perceptive reading method has taught Deborah how to zero in on specific problems with relationships, career pursuits, and current roadblocks to success and happiness. This inspiring show will help you never feel helpless in life or love ever again. Now, here's your host, Deborah Lee.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Psychic Love Doctor Show. I hope that you are all ready for a nice, long holiday weekend. As I sit here with Lisa, you know you love her.
Yeah.
She is our resident counselor / therapist.
I'm ready for that nice, long, hard weekend.
Are you?
I am so ready.
I'm sure you're going to keep it hard knowing you. So, as we begin, I would like to welcome anybody who is new to the show who might be thinking, what in the world is all of this about? Well, what this is my grandmother taught me a very, I would call it a extremely dynamic and revolutionary method of perceiving the future from ordinary playing cards. Now, of course, there are all kinds of methods out there, as Lisa and I know. But the thing is, this method is really special in the sense that we can look at your life right now, intuitively, where you're sitting in the present, and look down the road to what is taking shape for you as far as future events, future incomings from people, etc., etc. And what we can do is improve what we are perceiving.
Yes.
That's where the beauty of this is, where we find out that we hold a tremendous amount of control, actually, over our lives. We may think we don't, but what we are truly in those circumstances is we're victims of circumstance. Instead of being in power and in control, navigating our lives toward health, happiness, success, love, the directions we really want to go. So I'm grateful for all of you that are joining us. Tonight, Lisa and I are going to delve more into our usual little banter concerning the royal family and the new member, the new, what is she now, Duchess of Sussex.
Duchess of Sussex.
Yes. The first woman to bear that role in history. And boy, oh boy, is there drama and, all sorts of family muck all around this whole, what should have been a very beautiful event. And I'm sure that it was. So please do call in.
Yes, 909-792-5222, because we want to talk to you.
We do. Grab yourself a nice beverage, sit back, kick back, and give us a call so we can look deeply into your future and see what is hiding there for you. Also, it doesn't have to be all about love.
No.
No. It can be about work, career pursuits, family, friends,
custody cases.
You name it, and we can pretty much look into it, including things pertaining to your pets. Also, we can do some mediumship where we contact the spirit of a loved one and receive messages for you. So there is no limit, really, to how far we can go. And I can't wait to see who's going to be the first one to be brave enough to give us a call.
I know. So you know you want to call in and you want those answers to your hot little questions. 909-792-5222.
Now, you know, one thing I found really interesting is I have done readings by proxy for the royal family since the wedding. And one thing I find very interesting is how the Queen is perceived to be taking very much a back seat to it all. She's got her own thoughts and opinions. She's sizing up this girl. She's sizing up the relationship. but she's keeping her lip zipped, which I think is a very good thing for her to do, considering the woman is in her 80s. You know, it's funny how young people will often think, oh, that she's just such an old woman, or he over here, you know, granddad
Yeah.
can't find his glasses, so how could he possibly give us any advice? Oh, you would be surprised, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's wisdom that comes with all that age. So,
I was just thinking at it from the point of view, you know, in some respects, Megan now no longer has to go do her own grocery shopping or go out there and cut the grass or probably do her laundry, but she's also a bit of a bird in a gilded cage, too.
oh, her wings have been so clipped, and she's now going to princess school, which I've read up on some of the things she's had to learn. Oh, good Lord. Very much, yes. She has to follow the protocols. She's basically now
Wear
having
pantyhose.
the whole pantyhose debacle. Did you hear about that?
No,
It
but I
was
know she has
front
to wear.
and center on like CNN and
What?
Fox News. And it wasn't just pantyhose, it was white pantyhose.
Oh. Oh.
I thought she looked absolutely lovely. I thought her wedding gown was extremely
Yes.
elegant. And all those folks out there who probably couldn't even afford to buy a wedding dress from Target, boy, do they have a lot of opinions, you know?
Target dress.
So, poor thing. Here's one point I wanted to make in looking at her family in particular. The father's disappointed. He wanted to be a real kingpin in all of this. He wanted the wedding postponed so he could actually be there. And what I'm sharing here now, please don't take verbatim. We're supposed to put out a disclaimer that these readings are all for informational and
Entertainment
purposes only. So, but there's very much a grain of, truth in all of this. So the father was disappointed. He didn't get his, moment in the limelight. The half-sister is on a rampage where she has apparently written this memoir concerning Megan and all the deep, dark secrets of their family, and networks are looking at buying the rights to that story so that they're going to be able to turn it into either a TV show or a movie.
Crazy.
What I see in reference to the sister is, I don't think she's ever liked Megan, and this has become her platform for getting even with her. For bless you.
Thank you.
Wasn't that a cute little sneeze? And then there's the half brother, and he's pretty much looking to cash in on this too. And
all the sharks go swimming for the chum.
Here's the thing that gets me: when you come from a dysfunctional background, as Megan does, this is something I can personally relate to myself. When you are that one individual that wants to get out, that wants to get out from the family thumb and make a life for yourself, if you're tired of all the bickering and you're sick of how this one can't stand that one, and you reach a point where you're like, oh, enough, and you build a life that leads you out of the clutches of that family. It's amazing how those family members will suddenly perceive it as a betrayal of some sort, and now they're after you as if you've committed treason. So, counselor, therapist Lisa, what does that strike you as with your, illustrious credential background?
I mean, clearly the other family members are jealous. She's had a career and she's been in the spotlight for quite some time. They didn't really grow up together as this joyful blended family. It was more, there was dad involved with Megan and her mother. They split when she was 2 years old, and I don't think there was any real love lost there. And so Megan has distanced herself, probably as she's done her entire life, now that she's gone off and she's become royalty.
I mean, she's really made a name.
She's just maintaining. She's not saying anything. She hasn't been saying anything, and that's the best way to do it. It's not to be reactive and to act on what someone else is doing. The actions will speak for themselves.
And they are really, in my opinion, making fools out of themselves. That great big press machine, it loves the more it's scandal and gossip. The sleazier it can get, the better. And I hate to say it, a lot of us are, addicted individuals when it comes to all that stuff. So, but they are making themselves look ridiculous. The cards, Oh, yeah, they're going to reap a profit. They may even land a reality show, believe it or not. But isn't a lot of that pertaining to reality shows? Isn't that really just a freak show? And the players don't realize it because they think, oh, boy, I'm on, I'm on TV and I'm getting a paycheck. And yet the rest of us are pretty much laughing at them.
I know. 909-792-5222. Call in. You must have some burning questions.
And you must have some amongst all of your followers and fans.
Well, you do have your frequent flyer Ellie messaging you.
Okay.
For an update. I don't know if she called in last week, but she says, love you, love your show, wouldn't miss it for anything.
Oh, we adore her.
Hey,
Apparently, she must be somewhere she has no cell phone because she would call in.
You need to call the show. The off again, on again relationship is hot and heavy, but of course, there's always a fear of, is this it? Is this the one? What do the cards say for me?
All right, I'm going to pause here as I lay out her cards.
So, Ellie, Deborah Lee is doing a full 24-card layout just for you, as she does in all her personal prophecy readings. So she will not only be able to answer your specific question about your relationship, but she might also pick up something else that might be going on in your life right now, too. So all of you listening in and just waiting to dial, this is what it looks like, and this is how it goes. So all of you will get your very own personalized readings,
right?
With
not
a
just
full spread.
It's not just a 1 or 2 card draw.
Mm-hmm.
And Daryl's here running all the technology here in our Virginia Beach studio, and I wonder if I could ask you to grab the box of cards out of the bag that I forgot to put up here. See how casual we are?
So cool. You're just going to hang with us on a Friday.
There's nothing scripted. It's all completely impromptu. It's, the box of not playing cards. Anyway, yes, for Ellie. Remember, I mentioned these. For right. Ellie, well, I want to tell you that this Andrew, that she is so fond of, and I do feel that there's a real future here. He is facing quite a dilemma.
Uh-oh.
The ex-wife has really turned into quite a monster in a lot of ways. I feel that the children are going to be used as leverage. Because she fears that if he gets another woman, especially, say, wife material, that he is going to no longer be, well, like her captive audience any longer over the children. So I think she's going to play the game of, well, your visitation's going to be strictly limited.
No.
And that all stems out of jealousy and, meanness. Things I never did. I'll tell you, may have had a husband or two that were really not good men to me, but they didn't deserve to lose their children at all. So I think that he should really weigh things out. I mean, you can have a beautiful new relationship, and you should not have to lose your kids because of it. So for her, that's what I have, where I see he's really having to think this over, having to really come to grips with the fact that the ex is going to continue to threaten him over those kids.
Oh, boy.
But
problems.
All in all, though, I do feel that Ellie and Andrew are destined to share a future.
I just want her to call in so I can have a little chat with her, because I love ongoing readings. There's my favorite. And I did pull a card for her. You have the Archangel Oracle card deck, and they're actually beautiful cards. And the card that I pulled was All Is Well.
Well, that's a really good card.
Everything is happening exactly as it is supposed to, with hidden blessings that you will soon understand. So whatever might be going on with the ups and the downs and the ins and the outs, looks like overall things are going to go quite well.
I think that really confirms the reading, too, that he's going through, this big soul-searching moment for himself, but he is a good father. He should not be penalized because he's decided to go forward with his life with another woman. And I'll throw in a little kicker here. Those children are going to get to like Ellie way, way more than their mother would
Isn't that something?
approve of. So, thank you, Ellie, for shooting us that question.
Love it. So one of my favorite types of readings, and I really, really hope somebody will call in with this type of a question, 909-792-5222. If you have a date coming up this weekend, or if you've been seeing someone and really want to know what's going on, or even a blind date, you should call in and get your reading, because Deborah Lee can really tell you.
Or if you've broken up with somebody and you want to know, how are they feeling about me now?
Oh.
Especially if this happened without much expectation. Let's say you ended up having one of those knockdown, drag-out arguments where one says, all right, that's it, we're done. And the other one says, oh, in spades, we are done. And then time starts going by and you wonder, where is he or she in terms of the evolution of their emotions, which is, by the way, a principle of the personal prophecy method, is called evolution of emotion.
Yes.
Very much like a clock on the wall, where straight up midnight, or I guess we'll go with noon. Straight up noon is where the two of you are having this disastrous argument. You've gone away both angry, and you both have said, oh, to hell with him or her, I'm done. Well, as the clock starts, as you start going around the clock, emotions evolve, they change, they become transformed. There's anger at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock can turn into a little bit of regret and then more anger because you feel regretful.
No.
But by the time you get down to 7, 8, and definitely by 9 o'clock, this is when need starts to kick in. I need him. I need her. Where now they're reaching a plateau that is going to be absolutely wonderful in terms of rectifying what went wrong, getting together, talking it out, sharing some emails and text messages. So, and once you get back to, which would be 12, high 12, which would then, in this case, be midnight, this is where a reconciliation can begin, true healing can begin, a new start can begin. Oh, we do have someone.
Yes, we do. There's Liz from Massachusetts.
Hello, Liz. How are you today?
Hi,
tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
It's just a party over here. Woo! I got my own form of bubbly going on, so it's all good. It is a
kombucha.
It's a pineapple peach live probiotic kombucha.
Yes, we love that. Well, Liz, what is happening and how can we help you this evening?
Okay, well, my question is, I have this male friend. He had gone to school with me way back in the day, but we didn't really hang around then. And a few months ago, he sent me a friend request on Facebook. So we developed a pretty good friendship. We have a lot of things in common. Things are going great. About 3 weeks ago, we went out for lunch, and I thought it went really, really well. And then his actions started changing, almost like he was afraid, like he just doesn't know how to deal with me. He had a bad divorce over a couple years ago, and so I'm just kind of confused because his behavior was acting like he really liked me and he wanted to have a relationship. So then we finally met face to face. It was really the first time we had ever sat one-on-one, face to face, 3 weeks ago. And then he just kind of goes hot and cold.
So is the majority of this relationship dynamic been through technology until you sat down face to face?
Yeah.
Okay.
But they knew each other from before.
They did, but it was a reconnection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it could be that he was far more comfortable in the safety of, being hidden behind technology, and it's a lot more intimidating being face to face with someone sometimes.
Especially with all the social anxiety that's being created through us all using these devices.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Well, how intimately did you get into a discussion?
Not super. We both, we both are single, and we kind of don't want to be single, and we're kind of looking for the same type of person. We have a good number of interests that are similar. Music tastes are similar. Sort of our general outlook on life is very similar.
Okay. Well, I want to tell you that right now there are tons of question marks going, like buzzing around his head. And you're right there, too, with your question marks. It's like both of you are filled with uncertainty, mainly in the sense of how to proceed. Now, I have to put something out here for you. Something that the cards never lie about.
Oh.
Which has to do with sexual orientation. I feel that he has had some past bisexual experiences, which are becoming rather ordinary in many ways these days. And he doesn't feel in love with men, but I do see that there is an attraction. And he's wondering if his relationship with you could ever get to that point where he could share with you. And I'll be honest, I've dated a man many years ago who did admit to me that he was bisexual. And I thought that meant, oh, that means one night you're going to be with me and the next night with Tom or Dick or Harry. And you know what he said? No, it doesn't go like that. He said, if you're in a relationship with a woman, you're going to continue that relationship until such time as you're not having it anymore. And then it's likely that you would possibly be, interested in a man.
Correct.
Okay, good. I'm glad you agree. The doctor agrees.
It just means that your net can catch a whole lot more fish when you can swing both ways. That's all.
And since time immemorial, they have said that there is a subtle sexual attraction between women. That women have a very easy time hugging each other, kissing each other, blah, blah, blah. Well, maybe men have it too. And Daryl's sitting behind the camera going, oh, no.
I don't know. I have a friend that would disagree with that.
So, anyway, I just wanted to let you know, I think it's about lifestyle. I think it's about his past. That he wants, I do feel he wants to proceed, but maybe he thinks of you as very conservative and that you would really judge him. So this is something to take in, but it's not that he's turned off by you, not by any means. He just doesn't know how to do this.
Yeah.
So
that's what I was kind of getting. It's like he just kind of like was like ready to go, and then all of a sudden it was like he like turned and ran, like he's afraid.
Yeah, and maybe it'd be good for you to sometime initiate a conversation saying, it's interesting how a lot of us have been places and done things that now we look back on and they're not so earth-shattering as they were back in the day, or, some sort of way to introduce him to the fact that you could handle a discussion with him.
Okay.
I don't know if I would bring that up out of the gate, like, hey, have you ever been adventurous in the bedroom? I would just say, I love our conversations through the computer screens and on technology. It's wonderful. And I do feel a little more maybe shy and hesitant in person. How are you feeling when you actually meet me? Is it intimidating, or are you feeling that connection even face to face?
I agree with her. Where I tend to jump the gun a little bit too much.
I dip my toe in the pool first before I did a, cannonball. That's all.
Now, Lisa, how would you feel? Would this?
I have never dated a bisexual man.
Do you think you could?
Who, me?
Well, either of you. I mean, it's just kind of an interesting conversation.
If I think about the qualities of a person I'm attracted to and I've been involved with in the past, if those qualities and the personality style was still there, then that's the type of person I'm attracted to.
And it's interesting how you might feel intimidated by, say, an ex-girlfriend, but you can feel just as intimidated about an ex-boyfriend concerning your guy, wondering, gee, am I kissing him as good as
Well, that would be the same with the girl. If someone dated someone so much younger and like, oh, well, she had a tighter body than I did, or she had longer hair than I did. That, to me, is the same thing.
So, interesting. Boy, Liz.
Inquiring minds want to know, right?
You really got us off and running tonight. And I hope that you will keep us posted, because I'd love to see how this proceeds.
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, I'm kind of curious to see myself.
Well, you could leave the ball in his court and let him invite you,
so to speak.
Yeah. Yeah. Or would you recommend she say, hey, why don't we have a cup of coffee?
Absolutely. You can ask him to meet up, go out.
If you were friends before, you would continue to be friends first, last, and always. So that's my personal opinion about that.
Okay.
Well, boy, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I have a feeling that there are ears all over possibly the world that are, what would you call them, pricked? I don't know if you call it perked. Okie doke. Thank you, Liz.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful holiday weekend.
Thank you. You do the same.
All right. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
909-792-5222. Call and get in the queue, because next up is Elizabeth from Pennsylvania.
Or Mensylvania. All right. Hello, Elizabeth.
Hi, ladies. How you doing?
Hey.
Hi. Well, we're on a rampage
I'm so happy
tonight.
I'm going to get a chance to talk to you women. You guys are great.
Thank you. Well,
want
tell
to
us
sit
how we
still
can be of service to you this evening.
I'm looking at some medical issues, and I'm just wondering, if you flip that card, what's it going to say?
Okay, what you're looking at medical issues and you're wondering if things are going to go well?
Yes.
Oh, all right. Now, just two little things to mention here. First of all, those of you that may be watching us on Facebook Live or those that will catch the podcast from KCAA, you may notice that I seem extremely involved with my nose tonight. And it's only that our allergies out here in Virginia are so strong right now that I honestly can't. I keep getting this feeling like I have feathers up my nose. So I'm sorry.
You need to take a Benadryl.
Doesn't help that I keep flipping my hair all around, and I'm shedding like an Afghan hound. So there's that.
And secondly, when it comes to doing medical or legal readings, we have to always mention that we are not trained as medical doctors
Correct.
or as lawyers. So what we
completely.
can't give you actual outcomes, but we can give you inside information about the situation.
The energy surrounding the situation.
Exactly.
And
That's perfect.
in that aspect.
Okay, are you being treated, or is this something that you're having tests for?
Yeah, I'm going to be having some tests, and it's all relatively new.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm keeping a positive, upbeat thing about it, but I'm just a little concerned because I plan on flying out to my daughters in Missouri, and I just want to be in good condition to get on that plane and go to Missouri.
Excellent. So we're going to pause real quick for station ID while Deborah Lee pulls your cards for you. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
KCAA Loma Linda, 1050 AM, K292 FQ Riverside, and K293 CF Moreno Valley.
And we are back with Elizabeth from Pennsylvania. And Deborah Lee is pulling a 24-card layout using the personal prophecy method, looking at the energy around a medical concern.
All right, and I'm almost finished.
And it's not always all about love in here, just so you know. Call about any topic.
I think these are precautionary tests you're going through. And, I think whatever medical professional that you're seeing has really good, what would we call this, foresight? Looking down the road, just making sure, being thorough. And I am not seeing anything right now actually resulting in something that you would have to contemplate on a large scale, okay? So what you should do is really try to not to worry. It looks really good. I've been going in for a few tests, and it's so hard not to sit in the worry chair. But, medical science is so great these days that I swear it's just too bad we couldn't have had this 20, 30 years ago before we started losing family members and friends to things that they couldn't even diagnose in those days. So, I think it's all going to be okay for you. I really do. And now remember, that's not really a prognosis. That's just me saying to you, as somebody looking at your cards, that I feel your medical doctor there is really just trying to keep all the bases covered and make sure. Besides, it helps to have a baseline if you're doing if you're doing a mammogram or you're doing an MRI, anything of that nature, even a
colonoscopy.
Yeah, it's you need to have a baseline.
Yeah, we're going to do everything. I've got the paperwork in my hands, and I'm very I'm very content with my primary care physician. I am a nurse myself.
And there you go.
But I just wanted another opinion, because being in the medical profession, we can kind of self-diagnose, and it's bad. It's always bad. We have everything because our knowledge
yeah,
can
if you
be
go
so
online,
intense.
Google's going to make you start digging a grave because everything is bad.
Cancer.
I don't even bother to Google.
Well, good. That's a good thing not to do. I think you do have an excellent physician. And I'm glad that I could confirm that to you, because if this wasn't somebody that was going to fumble the ball, that would come out. But no, this is really all to the good. So
she's very thorough. But I just needed that little extra kick,
Yeah, and I think you're going to be very relieved.
Yes. Thank you so much, lady.
You hang in there, and please check back again with us at any time. We love hearing from Daryl's from Pennsylvania.
I'll let you know how everything goes when all the tests are through, and like I said, I'm sure everything's going to be fine. But it soothes my soul.
Yes, it does. I enjoy that too when somebody can tell me.
Your show's great.
It's all going to be okay. All right, well, you got good people there. You really do.
Okay, honey, thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome, and have a very nice holiday weekend.
You guys also.
Oh, we're working on it.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, bye-bye.
Okay. Wow, I'm very glad she called.
Yes.
It's always nice to hear from a professional about something that's already in their profession.
There you go.
Yeah.
The call-in number is 909-792-5222. Call and get in line behind Karen from Michigan. Hey, Karen.
How you doing, Karen?
Good. How are you?
We are really on fire tonight, so we can't wait till we can do your reading. So share with us what the situation is and what you'd like us to look into the cards about for you.
I was just watching, and you guys were talking about exes, so I just thought I'd call in real quick and see how my ex is dealing with everything.
Oh!
That's going on.
We love those kinds of readings. Lisa actually refers to them as metaphysical spying.
Yeah.
And we do it often and freely. So, how did things go?
Well, we're kind of interacting right now, but not in a good way. So I was just wondering, see how he's doing.
Are you interacting with him with the hopes of reconciliation?
No.
No. On just keeping it friendly and amicable, perhaps?
Or figuring out who owes what and who owns what?
There's just some issues going on, but I'm just was wondering, if he's in the position where he's regretting what he's done, or if he's...
Oh, that is such a good question.
If he's, or if he's like Joe Lucky, nothing's bothering him.
Well, I'll tell you now. How long have you been broken up?
It's kind of crazy because he was my first boyfriend when I was 14, and then we didn't see each other for 23 years.
Ooh.
And now it's been like 14 years of HE double hockey sticks with him.
God.
Off and on.
And you don't want to get back together with him?
I don't think so, no, because every time I was with him, he treats me really bad, and so we're going through some issues right now because of the way.
I wanted you to say it because I didn't want to be the one to just put it out there, but yes, he's perceived to have what is to me an argumentative, petty personality that with some he may be able to hide it, but not with you. You've been in the crosshairs with him a lot, and he actually considers you to be the trouble starter.
Ooh.
When it's really him. What do you call that?
Yeah.
Is that like transference, Lisa, or what? I mean,
He's projecting.
Is he?
If that's the case.
Yeah.
Or blaming you, not taking ownership.
Yeah, he's not owning anything, and you're smart to not have, you know, like committed yourself to this for the long haul. You can do better.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But something is keeping you connected to him and still dialoguing with him.
Yes. And that's Lisa, the counselor, speaking to you right now.
Just saying, if you were completely done with the situation, you'd be able to walk away completely, and there'd be apathy there. You wouldn't really care. But you're calling in to see some maybe nugget of what was a part of the relationship that was meaningful for him.
No, I just was finally standing up against him for myself and for other people too, and I just wonder how he was feeling about everything that's happened.
Well, I want to tell you that as I was gathering the cards, one fell from the deck to the floor. And grandmother always said, when it falls to the floor, it comes to the door. And the card that I pulled is the 5 of Spades, which indicates really meaningful anger. And I feel that's on his part. He's mad at the world. He is never going to let himself be happy. And that's a shame. That is a real shame. So I think the best thing, Lisa, do you agree? Extricate yourself from this situation. You know, don't let him hold you back too long.
Right. Okay.
Okay, well, please call again, and we'll do our best to give you more insight. We're here on Friday night, says, 7 p.m. Eastern. So please give us a call. All right?
Yeah,
and
great
this
to hear
is help.
from you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, he hasn't evolved in terms of his emotions.
I feel like she was looking to hear that, he had regret and remorse and wanted to be with her, which would give her kind of that oomph to try and reconnect and reconcile. But the thing is, past behavior is a predictor of future behavior. Yes, behavior can be changed with want and desire and work. But what was that, 14 years of the same pattern? So without him desiring a change or making a change, she'd just get more and more and more of the same.
And I am a firm believer that everybody is capable of change. However, he's got to want to.
Got to want it.
And I think in a way he almost enjoys stirring the pot, getting things going, if you know what I mean.
So,
well,
womp. Sorry.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the desired outcome, but that's part of the insight.
That's the beauty of looking at this method where you're going to get the reality.
Yes. 909-792-5222. Call in and get your dose of reality tonight. Coming at you live with the Psychic Love Doctor Show on KCAA Radio, and we are with you until 8 p.m. Eastern Time.
Yes, and if you're on Facebook Live, which would be on our the Facebook page of the Psychic Love Doctor Show, you may feel free to put in a question. We can't guarantee we'll get you on the air, but Daryl is watching, and he would let us know if there are any requests.
Request live.
So how about if we go back to Buckingham Palace for a moment?
Buckingham Palace. Yes.
Yes.
Let's do that.
The one character in this whole scheme of things that I find extremely telling is Kate.
Oh, do tell.
Kate walks with one of the worst cards in the deck to mean betrayal, untrueness, just the sort of emotion of showing her, being two-faced, showing herself nicely to Megan, and behind her back she's sticking a knife in her back.
Oh, and those little catty witches, is she?
I could see her wanting to run to the Queen and tell her, oh, Megan this and Megan that, just to make her look bad. And it's surprising when you consider Kate has, the world on a string. She's got 3 beautiful children.
Yeah.
She's got a wonderful husband, as far as we all can tell. She lives in the lap of luxury. What could be the problem? Could it possibly be that they're so used to being, you know, so out there with fans, the adoration of, you know, authority figures and blah, 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 mixing and mingling. And now here comes along this, I keep hearing the word in American hayseed.
American what?
American hayseed.
What's that?
Well, as in a hillbilly.
Hillbilly.
I mean, Megan doesn't come from
great
family stock. No, and if Harry was looking for something to throw into the family mix,
well, now
that was going to be a bit of a what would be a good word for it?
Just found himself a roller derby queen from West Virginia.
He's gonna stir the pot a little bit, mix it up, shake it up.
I just think there are a lot of odds stacked against this poor girl. I'm not sure she really took a good look at the life she's entering. A lot of people are taking bets online of how long this marriage is going to last. Many are saying 5 years is too much to hope for. I feel the clock is ticking myself, and the reason is, look at all the things stacked against her. She's a foreigner from another country, from our country, but still, she's been divorced. Is it once or twice?
Once.
She has, you know, a mixed background. Just not enough to bring to the table to satisfy Kate, who is at heart a trouble starter. So I think we will see a lot of interesting things taking place.
Dang bloody catty wenches.
Catty witches. 909-792-5222. Coming at ya live from the East Coast.
Yeah,
Let's continue our theme with the exes, shall we?
All right.
Louise has had an old flame, Jesse, come back from the past. And Louise wants to know what is up with that. What, girl, what? Don't they always come back? They always come back.
I believe, I've always said this too, at least 90% of men especially will at some point in the future come back. You may not want them anymore when they come, but they will.
I'm in that 10%.
Are you? All right.
That's funny. So that's what I like. So very similar to sort of Karen's reading. If you have a situation going on right now, or if one of your exes has reappeared from the past and you want to know what the dirty deal is, you clearly have to call in and let Deborah Lee tell you what the deal is.
Okay.
She's going to let you know what's going on, because the cards will reveal what you cannot see in this 3D world, what someone is truly thinking and feeling. Metaphysical spine. As it is.
They can run, but they can't hide from the cards.
The cards.
Yes.
909-792-5222, live on KCAA Radio, sneaking into someone's mind right now.
And, you know, we want to be your guilty pleasure on Friday.
This is my guilty pleasure.
You shoot us a message through the Facebook show page that we have for the Psychic Love Doctor show. Tell us what... you know, murky underbelly you'd like us to look into.
We don't need to buy the National Enquirer. We'll just take your call.
Yeah. Now, for Louise and Jesse, well, this is a situation where somebody does not feel worthy.
Oh, dear.
And that would be him.
Oh.
That he feels he would just be a pity case. Now, in fact, I don't know if anybody could give him as much pity as he is giving himself.
Pity party.
Did you... I wonder if we could talk to her, if she would say that she did notice that. Did she mention anything? She's checking her phone.
Hard to tell. Brave face, but injured.
He's not faded out of the picture for Louise. She's going to start hearing from him because part of him can't let go. This is a woman that has meant a great deal to him, especially after the breakup. This is a thing, a phenomenon with men that I don't understand. Daryl, you may have to speak up to speak for your gender here, but I'll lay it out for you. what it is about them where they don't really appreciate what they have while they have it.
Tisk, tisk.
But when they don't have it anymore, then, oh my goodness gracious, it might take them a long time to get over their ego, their pride, you know, all these things that it's like a little devil sitting on their shoulder saying, you don't want her back. She was a bitch. Remember? Oh, I hope we can say that. Oopsie.
Which?
Yeah.
That's what you said. Which?
You know, and it reminds them all about the terrible things. But then there's those other things that just can't have a price put on them, especially when these men find themselves in the arms of the wrong women.
Mm-hmm.
That's when they will, they will really realize where they want to be, who they want to be with, and that they will eventually then try to come back around. I would love it if Louise was on the phone to tell us, do you want him back? Looking at her cards, I see her a little bit. She's not making a decision right now.
If it's in the past, keep it in the past. Again, if change has been made, you're going to get more of the same. Just saying.
Well, I've often seen in personal prophecy readings that situations can change, but the people have to work really hard to overcome them.
See that?
Yeah.
All right, let's slide into Kathy from Riverside.
Hello, Kathy. How are you this Friday afternoon?
I'm fine, thank you.
Well, it's wonderful to hear from you. What can we do for you?
I was in a friendship with the gentleman, and I was just wondering if it's going to go anywhere.
Oh, great question.
So how long have you been friends?
About 8 months.
Okay. That's a very nice foundation to build for the start of a relationship. Has there been any sort of flirty talk or flirty engagement going on between the two of you, or is it strictly in the friend zone?
Just in the friend zone. Occasionally a little flirty here and there, but it just stopped all of a sudden, and I'm just concerned.
Okay. Have you put yourself out there a little bit? Or are you always like, hey, let's just hang out and be chummy? Or have you, turned on that feminine charm?
Made a move.
Made a move, so to speak.
No, I haven't made a move.
Now, leaving his card. I went ahead while Deborah's pulling your cards, and I just pulled one of the angel oracle cards that we have, and it's all as well. That everything is happening exactly as it's supposed to. So I can't wait to see what the personal prophecy reading says.
I think that he is very much torn between continuing what is a really great friendship or risking trying to take it to a new level.
That's true.
I think he's afraid. I do. So maybe it wouldn't hurt to, can't you throw in every once in a while a little interesting sentence like, boy, if we were married, I don't know if I'd want, blah, blah, blah. Or if we were going together, you'd have to go fishing with me on every Thursday night, something like that. Whatever would suit the situation. But I think you might have to take the lead.
I might have to lead.
Yes, he's comfortable in friendship. I think this man's been hurt a lot. I do.
Yeah.
And men tend to stuff those feelings. Of course, I hear Lisa has an office. We share an office, and I understand she's been having some rather vocal men lately who do not have trouble unstuffing. But that's more unusual. I would say, though, that he's worried this is going to go the same way as all the others if he takes that chance. So really, maybe just keep friendship really great. And what would you say, Lisa?
I mean, I can see it from his perspective, too, by keeping you as a friend. Once you're a friend, you always have your friend. But once you come out of that friend zone and things go south, then you've lost that person completely because you can never truly go right back to being just friends. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't hurt to keep that deep friendship connection and kind of throw it out there every now and again to test the waters and see how he feels about it.
And, Kathy, realistically, you've been hurt in love, too. So while you both share that in common, it's not something you want to dwell on together, but make every moment you share so nice that he just can't stay away. And, I've always said I am definitely a champion of the belief that friendship is the best foundation there is for marriage, the best. Because, you know, the young people, they get all this sexual energy going, but you eventually have to get out of bed and talk to them. And if nobody's home, you know, mentally, or if you share absolutely nothing, well, you can see where that relationship's going to go.
Yes.
I think it has promise, Kathy. Don't move too fast with him. Use some of the old cliches like the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Are you a good cook?
Yes.
Well, there you go. What do they say about loving coming from the oven? Lots of good loving coming from the oven. I think he's a keeper, okay, and worth the time and energy. So I hope that you will keep calling us because we'd love to hear from you. And, you know, we just love to stay up on the stories with everybody.
Oh, yes.
We
yes.
do.
We
yes,
love that.
We are nosy, okay? But we love that. And we'll give you more readings, you know, into the future. So thank you so much, Kathy. We're going to keep our fingers crossed for you, but I don't think you're going to need it. I think it'll work out fine between the two of you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Okay. Bye.
Yeah, these have been good calls tonight. I see we're running short.
I get that whole thing with the friends. They're like, my male friends are my friends. And, you know, you can kind of tell sometimes when someone's trying to crawl out of the friend zone corner and you just have to firmly shove them back over there to keep the friendship. And that could be very well where he wants to stay. And if she's kind of creeping out, he might be like, no.
Well, a lot of his past is working against him, too. He's got to let go. Let go of those experiences where he got burned. Not every woman is going to, you know, end up in that not friend zone with him. The other thing, though, that I always think about, and Daryl, you're sitting there, and I think you could stand up for your gender. When Harry met Sally, Harry and Sally were on the plane, I believe it was, and she was saying something about you men just want to have sex. Oh, what was it? About the being friends? How about the even unattractive ones? And he said, no, we pretty much want to have sex with them too. So it was like she was saying, you men cannot be really friends with women.
It's difficult.
Difficult. I have no problems being friends with my male friends.
What about them?
They should call in the show and let me know. That's what they should do, because that would be fabulous.
I wouldn't doubt they spend a lot of time pleasuring themselves thinking of you. So on that note, we're going to get close to wrapping things up. We want to thank everybody. Gosh, we love all of you. You make this show. Lisa and I are just sitting here waiting for you to make our evening. So thanks to all, and we'll be back next Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern.
4 p.m. Pacific.
That's right. And if you want to reach us, you can reach us through either the Psychic Love Doctor page, or you can reach us through the Psychic Love Doctor show page on Facebook, and possibly through, I think, through KCAA. So anyway, everybody, thank you so much. Please, if you're out there this holiday weekend, be safe. Watch out for the crazy guy in the next car who's texting, and know that we will be so happy to see you and hear from you next Friday. Take care, everybody. Love you. Bye-bye. Mwah.
KCAA Loma Linda, 1050 AM.